MASIPAG farmers. In frequent seminars, she shares her knowledge with other members of the network.
Maybe let's proceed. Mr. Babasa is here to introduce.
Ka Pepito is assisting her today.
At mahinog, na kompleto siya sa tamang paghinog, ay pwede po inyo pakawala ng isda.
At these workshops, farmers learn about the way highly effective fertilizers can be gained from composting and how plants such as neem and chili can be used as natural pesticides.
Ay dapat tangkilikin natin. Kasi po ang kunting taniman lang natin, halimbawa, yari, konti lang yung pirasong
My land needs to grow crops, not to be vacant and empty.
Hindi nababakante yung taniman. Like for example, this one I will put here.
I did plant soy on it, a part of which withered away. Here we have two kinds of peanuts.
Ito medyo mahina. Tingnan mo, marami namatay. Ito mas maganda.
Assuming perfect conditions, a farm growing only a single high-yield variety may reel in good harvests. But if conditions worsen, it may suffer a complete loss. Growing a diversified field with up to 6 different varieties minimizes the risk of bad harvests. In case of droughts or storms, the more resilient crop types would compensate for the losses. Feeding your family would be safely possible. Whether you grow okra, eggplant or pineapples, you can never have too much diversity in your garden. But there's something more that Myrna appreciates quite highly in her garden.
And then I provide na mga fruit trees.
I planted fruit trees.
Where we are become old. So you become
When you
weak,
grow old and weak and can't work anymore,
harvest mga
you
fruit.
still have the trees as backup.
Para ba, kumbaga,
Being old, you can't weed that easily anymore.
hindi na gaano.
You don't leave the house so frequently, so fruit trees are a good
Mayroong mga
insurance.
Animals, too, play an important role. They provide a natural fertilizer and effectively increase the food needed by families, particularly during hard patches. Breeding fish is a highly regarded protein source. Additionally, they can be used in the rice fields as natural enemies for various pests. Diversified food sources provide an important improvement to family diets. Medical costs are low. MASIPAG farmers don't spend money on foods or expensive pest control measures. MASIPAG enjoys the support by Germany's development organization, Miserio. In its name, agronomist Dr. Lorenz Bachmann conducted a study on a comparison of MASIPAG's concepts and conventional food production methods.
The key questions are, do the farmers have more income? Do they have more food? Are they healthier, better nourished? Do they get more agricultural inputs? Do they own more cattle? What has improved in their lives? We then compare these aspects in both study groups. This effectively resulted in a clear favor of MASIPAG farmers who had more in every field. We had 90 questions on our itinerary, and MASIPAG farmers fared better on 87 of the 90. In some cases, these differences were significant. In part, they fared just as well as the control. That's what amazed us so much, that we could observe very clear trends resulting from these impacts.
Arlene Deo pays Myrna regular visits. She works for the Department of Agriculture on a local level. She herself owns a farm and used to trust in hybrid seeds. After experiencing losses, she nowadays grows organic. Her colleagues do not always agree with that.
The Department of Agriculture really have a program of promoting hybrid seeds and the GMOs. And one of the arguments we had there by my office mate is that she questioned my part or in helping MASIPAG. Because according to them, we have to promote the hybrid seeds because we have to feed the so many Filipinos. If really hybrid seeds is the one who could help the farmers, and why is it that I have experienced net loss?
Recently, genetically modified organisms such as genetically altered eggplants have spurred discussions on their potential to endanger natural biodiversity. The long-dormant civil society groups are now coming together to evaluate risks and dangers of these developments. They seek out strategies to prevent the approval of genetically modified plants.
If it weren't for this technology, let's take the example of human insulin.
Dr. Chito Medina, National Coordinator of MASIPAG, worries as well about the future of agriculture in the Philippines.
We have to be really militant in terms of scrutinizing, watching every step that the proponents is doing and the approving committee is doing, so that right there and then we can raise these issues and we can also mobilize somehow people. But in the meantime, of course, we need to spread out the information, the campaign about what is going on with the BT, with the eggplant.
Recipient of numerous awards.
If genetically modified plants were to spread, they may well swamp out local seeds and plants. Additionally, farmers could face serious charges if genetically modified crops would be found on their soil. This, however, would hardly be preventable, given natural pollination by wind. So far, genetically modified seeds play only a minor role in the country's maize sector. Yet seed manufacturers are raring to go.
Especially for those who are decision makers, we have to really tell them that the decision has to be for the citizens, not for the corporations. Salamat po.
Sige na, sir.
If genetically modified eggplants are widely introduced, these natural organic crops will be no more.
In order to prevent his native organic eggplants from contamination, Ka Pepito took action. Teaming up with other MASIPAG representatives, they travel to the town hall of Pili and start lobbying for their cause. During the meeting, local representatives listen. Their concerns grow as MASIPAG members explain their reasons for banning the genetically modified eggplant. Eventually, the initial trial permit is halted. A final decision on the ultimate ban is postponed. In the meantime, the eggplant debate has reached the national political level. The Secretary of Agriculture finds clear words on the issue.
I will not let it be sold in the market because we don't have the guarantee that this will not do harm to the human. So why bother? Why bother produce a GMO eggplant wherein there's a lot of eggplants at the market that we can produce? I'll not gamble the Filipino people.
The newly elected government, which came to power in 2010, seems to pursue a twist of strategies based on demands sought by small farmers. New legislature indirectly supports organic farming.
We will remove the subsidy for hybrid seeds and not only hybrid seeds, all types of seeds and the commercial fertilizers being given to the farmers before. Because I think several years passed and we are doing this every year, annually, but nothing has changed the lives of the Filipino farmers. The conventional system of farming, it doesn't give the farmer a more sustainable system of way of farming. So organic system of farming is really a good tool to help in the climate change.
Whether a small country like the Philippines can successfully resist the powerful lobbyists of the agricultural industry remains a tale to be told. A strategy relying heavily on capital and fossil fuels did not, however, provide solutions for famines and poverty. Yet MASIPAG and their experiences are highly encouraging.
Our first priority is food security. It's for the food of the family. That means that we should grow the food that we need to eat, no? So we don't look, we don't think of the cash first, but what kind of food do we have to eat, no? So that's how you go diversified. You know, you have to plant vegetables and the fruits so that you have everything that you need, no?
I think the government, our government now, if the secretary takes seriously all his plans, after 6 years of his term, I think we could see more progressive farmers.
If organic and sustainable agriculture were to provide the country's leading agricultural model, the Philippines would take a global lead in the field. At long last, farmers have regained their hope. They see their future resting on the fields, a future prioritizing biodiversity and sufficient food sources for their families. A future where rice is what it always has been, life in itself.